Why does it take you 6 months to do something simple? Because you can't rush perfection.
Either.
Or half-assed perfection. Or good enough. It'll do.
Oh, when we did the quality control, I laughed at that one. I thought it's not only good, it's good enough.
It's good enough.
That is a permanent part of my repertoire now. So.
Oh, excuse me. So very tired.
Well,
So
someone
very
has to be.
tired.
Yep.
So very half pint.
Yeah.
Do we
Maybe not
have
even
anything to
half.
talk about?
I
Sorry?
don't know. What's the plans for the future? And I was thinking the close foreseeable future.
Um, I have come to the conclusion that before I build my new workbench, I need to Mary Kondo the shit out of my garage. I need to go in there and touch every single thing and say, does it bring me joy? And if it doesn't, throw it away. Don't
It's that
put it
bad.
in a box and think, oh, maybe I'll sell that, or maybe I'll use that for something in the future, or maybe
I
this
mean,
could be in a car boot in the spring.
it
Just
it,
throw
it
it away
it might not bring
immediately.
me joy now, but like in half a year with some elbow grease and some brass inlays, it might give me joy. So let's put it back.
You just put in some new stuff as well.
Yes, I just put a load of stuff and new stuff in there as well, and just where I've had to stash that just to get it out of the way. And the other day, I nearly went arse over backwards over that fucking full sheet of ply, which I still haven't got cut down. And it's just like, this is just not sustainable. I have to make 50, 60, 80% of this stuff just go away. I mean, it's I hate it.
Or you just need to befriend a neighbor and use part of their garage as well.
No,
No,
that's just a
befriending. Not
well,
the
no,
you.
no, no. Yeah, I'm friendly enough with some of our neighbours, and some of them, you know, if they were on fire, I'd go, oh look, they're on fire. Um,
If they were on fire, you would notice. That's nice of you.
Yeah, I acknowledge you. That's
I see you. I see your pain. Do you have popcorn?
isn't
exactly.
that basically what we all know want to be seen?
Uh, yeah, you're on fire. That must be awfully inconvenient for you. Anyway, mustache.
You
Um,
must get a warm and fuzzy feeling if someone sees him when he's on fire.
exactly. Mixed feelings. I could help you, but I don't know if I want to. But anyway, uh, befriending a neighbour and using their garage space that's just a terrible idea because that it just encourages keeping more shit that I don't need. Uh, and yeah, for the last year I've been trying to get rid of stuff that I've been sort of like hoiking around in various boxes from one flat to another, from one house to another for 30 years. And it's just like, I don't need this stuff. Why am I keeping hold of it? You know,
Yeah.
I
I mean,
don't need it.
you need to be. You should always have some memorabilia. Oh, is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you need to be careful and draw the line somewhere clear. Because some stuff is really nice to have. Like I have a big box of um, all the flyers and programs and that sort of thing from theaters I've been to, and that's really nice to flick through. Oh, who was this actor in this and all of that? And that's just a box. It's a oversized shoebox or a really small moving box. So that's not hard to. That doesn't take up that much space, but it gives me a lot of joy when I look through it.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question about that. Because I have the same thing, but it really doesn't go with my ADHD like persona. Because when I'm looking for something and then I start looking through boxes, ooh, there's the picture from that. And then I just start flicking through them and then I find something else. Ooh, an old floppy disk. Wonder what's on that. Well, I did have a USB floppy disk reader here somewhere. Ooh, look at that. And then I just don't remember what I was going to do in the first place.
Yeah, but sometimes you need a distraction.
Yeah,
True.
you do. Is that when I was cleaning out the unit of my parents' stuff, and there's just crates and crates of old photographs, and you're looking through these photographs and it's like, I don't know any of these people,
Yeah,
and these are packets of prints from film of holidays I have no recollection of ever going on. So I threw it all away.
yeah. I mean, it's another thing when if the person taking all the photographs are actually taking time and putting them in albums and actually writing next to this is Uncle George at the fairground or something like that. So you
Yeah,
actually know who it is and why there's a photo of it. But just
yeah,
random photos of stuff you don't know about, that's
and just
yeah.
hundreds, thousands of just mixed up prints in boxes. Just,
I
just bin liner the lot. Get it gone.
I did that when my father passed away. I inherited all these old photo albums, so I just spent 2 evenings scanning all of them. But I just scanned them page by page, and when I did that, I also pressed print, so I have a paper copy. And then I spent a few meetings with some old friends of his and whatnot. Like I have a stack of pictures here. I have marked a circle around the people I know and just put a line out to the edge and like written down the name. So the ones that don't have a ring around them, I don't know who are. But could you just, if you know someone, I know that that's him, and write that down. And I got maybe through half of them, and then I realized that all right, so 50% of these people, none of the people that I know, including myself, don't know who that is. And I'm not going to put any more work into it because my kids are not even going to know the people that I've written down the names for. They're probably going to be dead long before my kids like stumble over all my pictures and trying to figure out who's this guy, which I knew in college but never talked to anymore. So it's yeah, they lose their value very quickly when you change a generation, and when you change two generations, is you basically useless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a coming problem for me in a couple of years when my parents kick the bucket. I know my mom has a cupboard filled to the brim with photographs, and yeah, I have no idea what's on all them because I mean, when I grew up, we were the kind of family that we had two Christmas trees and three maples on each film roll because we didn't take that many photos.
Yeah.
So yeah, uh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting.
It's like the guitar that you can probably see hanging up there.
Yeah.
Um, ever since I had my argument with the surface planer and lopped the ends of my fingers off, I can't play guitar anymore. Because it's just scar tissue. It just really, really hurts. And I'm not saying that I was any kind of great or good or even mediocre guitarist. The musical community has lost nothing in me not picking up the guitar. So why have I still got it? I should just give it away, shouldn't I?
I would spin it around. I mean, what could have happened if that planer didn't go? I mean, you could have been the not the new, but the old Ed Sheeran. Like we don't know. I mean, yeah.
No.
Bob,
I mean,
Phil Dillon. Let's say, yeah. I mean,
No.
the stories you could tell if it wasn't for that planer,
If it
and
wasn't
all
for
you
that,
now have is that guitar to remind you of, yeah.
remind you of, how you used to be able to play, maybe 3 or 4 Neil Young songs.
but I mean, I thought the guitarists were supposed to have scar tissue on their fingers, but maybe not a different kind.
Well, I think it's calluses thereafter.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But I mean, as always, you can flip it around. Just play it left side instead, like Hendrix.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or get a bottle, get into slide guitar, get into my deep
Ah,
south twang.
yeah, that also that
Yeah,
could
Yeah.
suit you.
that also, or just give the fucking thing away.
But that accident of yours,
Mm.
I don't think that's something I knew about.
No, oh, no. This was about
What happened? Tell me. Tell me all the gruesome details. Was there
tell
blood?
the well. There's a video of it on my channel.
Oh, then I haven't seen it.
Well, not of the actual incident, but there is a dramatic reenactment. I was in the garage and I was just at a bit of a loose end, so I thought, oh, I know what I'll do whilst I'm waiting for glue to dry or something. I've got new blades for the surface planer. I'll just fit them. I've got 20 minutes, half hour. So take out the old dull blades, put them in the pocket, in the packet, because I was going to send them off and have them sharpened. Put the new blades in, set it all up, set them all level. Thought, I know, but I'll just do a quick pass on something just to make sure that it's working. And so I'm just passing this piece of oak across it. Wasn't using a push block because it'll never happen to you until it does. And then this piece of oak I was passing over, it snagged or caught or hit a knot, and it shot backwards out of my hand, and the 2 fingers here just dipped down onto the blades. I didn't feel a thing. Genuinely didn't feel a thing, because I was just more shocked that this thing had just flown out of my hands and like, what the happened here? And then I looked round and I just saw the blood. And I thought, oh, I must have nicked myself on something here. That's all right. I've got some plasters in the first aid box. And then there was more blood and more blood and more blood. I thought, this isn't a plaster job. This is an ambulance job.
Oh.
But in all fairness to North Bristol Hospital Trusts up at Southmead, shout out to Southmead Hospital. I went in an ambulance up to accident and emergency, and I saw a nurse who patched me up. I saw a plastic surgeon who thought I might have to have some reconstruction work done, but then he said, actually, no, you're just about, you've taken off quite a lot, but most of it will grow back. And I had x-rays and I got all patched up and I was back out the door inside 3 hours.
I guess you get the FOSQ if you're bleeding substantially.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you can. There's whilst I was sat there, because the paramedics bandaged me up with this huge bandage on my fingers. Whilst I was sat there, comes and you just think, there's no wonder that the NHS is in such a state when people turn up with, I've got something in my eye. Right. Genuine thing. Someone else came in, I fell off my skateboard and I've hurt my knee. I was like, you've grazed your knee. Why are you at accident and emergency?
Yeah,
yeah.
it's always feel weird that they mix that thing. I fell. I don't. Did I fall off? No, it was yeah. I
Did I fall
laid
or did I
down.
jump?
Yeah, kind of. No, I accidentally laid down my motorcycle. I think it was. So I kinda a bit squished my pinky on the left hand, so it kinda hurt a bit.
Hmm.
So okay, yeah, I need to go and get this X-ray to see if there's something wrong with it. It wasn't. I was sitting there in the waiting room, and there was a guy who had fallen, I think, 3 meters from a construction site, just falling from the scaffold to the ground, and he was sitting there next to me, just barely being able to move. Should we
Mm.
be in the same room? My pinky hurts a bit, and you are almost broken entirely. Are we really? Yeah, that felt weird.
Yeah. Well, I had the light version of your accident fell while I was in the army because I worked the kitchen. And I was cleaning some glass. I think it was a candlelight holder or something for the mess room or whatnot. And it shattered in my hand while I was like trying to clean out the part where you can fit your finger in. And it shaved off the tip of my finger. And of course, in the army, then you're rushed off to not the latrine, but the sick bay. Yeah. Uh,
This one's damaged. Flush it.
Yeah.
and then that lovely intern of a doctor who is combining his first year of becoming a doctor with being in the army. He had a look at it and like, yeah, that's yeah, he just bandaged it up. And I said, but I do play guitar, so if I lose the tip, that's gonna be a problem. And he's like, okay. And then of course, I had the bit. I think it was still hanging on by a thread. He just put that back on, and he had some very nice, not sure what it's called, but it is some kind of gel rubbery thing that you could put on to keep things together, and it will allow it to grow even if it's wrapped in. So he put that on, and I was told to keep that on for a few days until it started growing back together again, and that worked beautifully. And most likely it would probably grow out by itself, but he just like pampered me, and I was happy to. And then so now I can go back to playing those three Neil songs that I vaguely remember if I'm not asked to also sing the lyrics. So
There you go. I'm gonna dump a. How are you with gore?
yeah, might
Might
just tell
throw
us
up.
where you dump it so I can avoid it.
There we go. I've just put it in the group chat. There you go. You can all enjoy that.
Yeah, thank you, I guess.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I regret that. My eyes, my eyes.
That looks like really good sci-fi makeup of some kind of flesh-eating disease or something like
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. No, that was a
Stop poking the alien egg.
Oh, when
true
you said
practical
that,
effect.
Yeah.
I remembered something. I attended an extensive first aid course many, many years ago, orchestrated by the Red Cross. And it was like 2 days, full days of first aid and whatnot. And then, of course, on Sunday, it was like not an exam, but a huge exercise. And it turns out that a few of the people in that Red Cross division were probably into cosplay and acting. So, of course, behind the building where we had the course, there was a big parking lot. So they staged a car crash and an explosion. I mean, it is out of an action movie. I mean, everything that could go wrong went wrong, and people were amputated, and there was blood everywhere because they was probably going to use up the yearly budget for fake blood. And the people were 100% into their roles. And I found it hilarious. But there was one guy, he just he failed to mention he didn't like the sight of blood, usually. And then he came into something that could be Dawn of the Dead. So he passed out. So, and of course, they ended up having to take care of him before we could continue the exercise. So
Yeah.
that was a fun afternoon.
It's not the first time I've damaged that hand as well. Many years ago, before I worked in the fascinating world of information technologies, I worked at the same place where my other half still works, which is a department store. And one Christmas, someone was buying some meterage, so meters of fabric. So you have the cutting desk with the meter rule on it, and you roll out your meter. I want 4 meters of this, whatever. So you dole out 4 meters, and then you pick up the very large, very sharp draper's scissors.
Yeah.
And if it's a busy Saturday afternoon and you're not paying attention, and you've got the meter of, it was some sort of lace edging, I think, for curtains or something like that, and you're holding it between 3 fingers like that. You put the scissors between your fingers and snip.
And now we're holding it with 2 fingers.
And now you're
Oh Jesus, that must be, I mean, taking with full force with scissors like that. Oh, that can do so much damage.
Consummate professional, though. I finished the sale and then apologized to the next person as I'm clenching my fist. Said, "Very sorry, I'm just gonna have to pop off and see the first aider."
You know that when you mentioned scissors, I need to tell this story. I have never broken a bone in my life. I never had a cast, and I never had stitches except once. It was before Christmas. I was at work, and I had a bottle of Christmas pop, and I thought I'll enjoy this one. But I didn't have a bottle opener, but I have the company issued scissors. So I took that and was going to pop the bottle cap, as you when you're at a party or whatever. I'd done it 1,000 times before, no problem. The scissor slips, and I jam it into that flexible tissue between the index finger and the thumb, and it really digs down. And I pull it out, and I can look far. It's a small hole, but it's deep. It's very deep, and I'm all right. So I put some paper around it, and find the Band-Aid box at the office, and it's good. And then we're sitting there having lunch, and like, what happened to your hand? Just poked the scissors in it, no big deal. And then, of course, I was sitting with a bloke, like, that's no problem. That's just walk it off. Then, of course, the other colleague sitting next to me, like, but it looks kind of deep, though. I mean, shouldn't you go to the emergency room to have them look at it? No, I'm not going to the emergency room for this. And then, of course, after lunch, I went back to my cubicle, but it started gnawing on me. So, what the hell? So I took up my phone, took a picture of it, and I sent it to a friend who's a nurse. And she replied, "Yes, you need to go to the emergency room now. I mean, it might be infectious, whatnot." And then, of course, I panicked. So, I need to leave. Got into my car, got to the emergency room. We're sitting there, and of course, another guy came in, just carrying his arm, and there was a lot of blood and everything. So I was sitting there for 3 hours waiting, like keeping my paper and plaster on top of my little pokey hole. And then, of course, it's my time. Come into the doctor. She wonders, you cut yourself? Well, I haven't cut myself per se. I poked my. And then she looked at it, like the face of disappointment that she gave me, like, what the fuck are you doing here, mate? What do you want me to do with that? I don't know. I took a picture and I sent it to a friend of mine who's a nurse, and she said, "Oh, you should definitely come here. You know who you are, Mike Christine." And she's like, "Well, I can. I can sew it if you want to. I mean, but there will be a little scar. And like, all right, I've never sewn before, so yeah, just let's do it. One stitch. So
That's
I
all you're
never
getting.
felt more like a fraud in my life. And then I came back to the office and like, what happened? What happened? Yeah, I needed to sew. Yeah, I told you should go. And then like, yeah, it's one stitch. Just yeah, they pulled it through in one knot. And like, I felt so bad. And of course, the guy next to me who said just walk it off, which I was very much on his page before I got panicking. And I'm like, yeah, god damn it, this is embarrassing. I haven't really talked about it before now, so
I'm very glad you feel this is a safe space that you can share that with us.
yeah, share my traumatic ER experiences. Yeah, it's felt kind of good getting it off my chest. Yeah,
Oh, I've been carrying that around for years.
yeah, it's holding me down.
That time I stabbed myself with some scissors.
But of course, I mean, it could have gone septic. I might have amputated my arms. You never know. It's like your guitar. I mean, if you didn't cut your fingertips off, you might be the next Roger Waters. Who knows? I might not have a hand. Who knows? Let's not think about the past. Let's focus on the future. What can we do now with the limbs that we have?
Because tomorrow we might have fewer, so use them while you
Yeah,
can.
yeah. I was thinking about getting that thickness planer, but now I'm not so sure anymore. Maybe.
Yeah, it took me about a year before I used it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a lot of hand planing. And then it was you're just going to have to use the surface planer. You're going to have to just get over yourself. And I very, very carefully sort of like...
You have to put it into perspective. I think you need to get up in the saddle again, and
Get back on the horse. Absolutely.
I think it was a work-related incident in our neighboring municipality. You get these huge logging operations where you have a machine where you put the logs in, and the two first rollers are some knurled rollers that pulls it in, but it also helps debarking it.
Yeah.
And one guy, he was just gonna fix something, and they hadn't shut it off or something because he was just gonna. And that grabbed his arm and pulled him in. He did not survive, and the horrors that his colleague had to face walking into that scene. So yeah, I stabbed myself with a scissor. I'll survive. I'll live. I mean, with a broken spirit, and yeah, I'll
Mind,
power through.
body, spirit.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's a natural end there, if I ever saw one.
Yeah, those are nice as well.
Yeah.
Not the forced one we had last week when you just ended it abruptly.
I mean, it gave her a brilliant start, or a flying start of the half pint.
A flying start, very much so, yes.
Oh, yeah. CCV pants. Does anybody else know what's going on? Because I don't.
I didn't think that was a requirement in this setting to have any idea of what's going on. I think that's we just press record and see what happens, and then after 40 minutes we just end it.
Yeah. We're due for a shorter half pint.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for listening, and see you next week. Or, I mean, this is the half pint, so it's later this week, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, you'll see us the
Next
same
week.
same week.
Yeah. Same week, different episode. We are kind of weird with this half pint stuff, but yeah.
Hopefully fully embodied. I mean, if any one of us doesn't lose any body parts on the way, we'll be 100% back in 4 days. See you then.
Yes.
Ta-ta.
So,
Wow.
this might have been one of the weirder ends
Yeah.
to a half pint, but I mean that's just set the bar for next week really low. So it's a win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How many hideous accidents have you had?
Send us a message, but yeah, skip the pictures. We've got enough
Yeah.
for a lifetime.
We don't even have
Thank
to
you,
paint
Phil.
the word picture.
My pleasure. I do like showing that after it happened, and I came in with very bandaged fingers, which was hilarious as a desk job where you do a lot of typing. And just bring that picture up on your phone. What happened? This happened. Ugh!